Hey y'all, welcome back. Today I'm so excited to share with you my soft autumn makeup tutorial. And today is a fun look that we are going to take from a quick, easy daytime look and then after work, if you've got 5-10 minutes to build on top of it, how to take our everyday work look into something that you can wear for dinner or cocktails that will carry you throughout the rest of the year. Without further hesitation, let's get right into this video. Let's get started with this soft autumn tutorial. I need to get something on my lips because right now I feel very flat. I'm going to start by putting down a base. This will kind of anchor everything else I apply throughout the rest of the makeup look. And I'm going to be using the Roman Juicy Lasting Tint in number 22 Pomelo Skin. This is a really beautiful neutral nude rosy beige. I've already done my base makeup off camera because I needed to alter my tones. So as you can see, my body skin's a lot more of a blue pink, where I've taken my face and my neck as much as I could into a warmer, more neutral, warm place. And the reason I wanted to do that is to add harmony. My next issue is when I was getting ready, I want to make everything with my look as close as possible to what you would find in the seasonal color palette. So that's when I went online and found some just like nice, inexpensive, decent looking wigs that could help me create these different seasonal color palettes. Right now, we are getting close. This lip color, it's similar to my lips, but it just took them a little bit more into that soft autumnal color palette. And this is going to help anchor everything. And also, as we progress to our makeup look, this will act as a really lovely base. Let's get some color on the eyes. And again, I want to create a base shade. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in the shade Oyster Pearl. I'm going to use a flat packing brush, and I just want to take a little bit of this shade and use it as a light wash over the eyelids. This is a really nice antique, almost like an olive bronze. For my everyday eye look, it depends on your preference, but you could either do your cream shadow first or your pencil liner first. If you're someone who is really confident in your skills with a pencil eyeliner, then doing your shadow first, then your eyeliner second could be a great step, because that way you can really control how much depth and intensity your eyeliner will have. I like when I'm going to do a quick everyday, if I want to do a pencil liner, then I will do my liner first because it's just easier for me to go through and clean up the liner with this cream shadow, because the cream shadow is going to cover up anything on that lower lid and help smudge it out a bit. And I've shared that technique in several videos. In the description box, I will link a video where I'm using that tutorial, where I'm demonstrating that tip, but this is just a different version because that is a tip I have shared in multiple videos over the years, just because it's a really easy way to get a smoky definition. I have a little bit of a neutral warm shadow on, where we're coming out of soft or muted summer and going into the warmer true autumn. I want to add a little bit of cool depth right at the lash line, create contrast, but a very subtle contrast. This is the Sephora Collection 12 Hour Full Colorful Contour Pencil in the shade number 15 Flirting Game. Back to that same brush I used with my cream eyeshadow, and I'm just going to go right over my liner and soften it. And then if you cover it up a little bit too much, you can go back and just add strategic density. And then again, just soften just the edge. And what I love is as you go through apply, and blend, you can do that as many times as you want to create the density and the effect that you want. But it's going to create a really nice soft haze at your lash line, which is going to help really make your lashes look a little bit more impactful. So a fun little fact, red hair is one of my favorite hair colors. And many years ago, when I was in cosmetology school, I really took to doing hair color. One of the first things I did when I was able to shop at the beauty supplies, I bought the red hair color of my dreams, created this concoction of colors I thought would be absolutely impeccable. And with my natural coloring, my face looked so red. Warm reds, cool reds, more neutral reds. Red is just a color that for me, I can't wear without a full opaque, full coverage foundation base because it pulls out the natural ruddiness in my skin. So I have to do a little bit of course correcting if I want to do red hair. And for me, even though I love it, it's a little too much of an all over commitment for me on a day-to-day basis. I'm content with where my eyes and lips are right now. So for every day, let's continue adding on. I want to add a little bit of soft glow to the skin. So I am going to use an old favorite Anastasia Sun Dipped Glow Kit. And this is something I owned years ago. And for my birthday, one of my friends gifted this to me. So it's like having an old friend back in my routine. I'm going to use the lightest shade, which is called Moonstone. So I'm going to use Moonstone here on the high point of the cheek. This is going to be a soft, almost like a pink champagne. If you have a slightly warmer undertone, this is going to be like a your skin but better highlight. If you're someone who wants something slightly more of that true champagne, slightly cooler side, and you want a finer pearl, MAC Lightscapade Mineralized Skin Finish is a gorgeous one. I'm going to also take a little bit of that shade right here on the inner corner of my eye, and that's just going to help elevate our look a little bit more, to add a little bit of brightness. And this is just a small little step. You can even do that with your finger. Just tap a little bit here and then here, and it's going to further elevate that cream eyeshadow base. I'm going to move on to bronzer, and I love using bronzer for my autumn looks because it really plays that overall toasty, muted warmth that all of the autumn palettes have. The bronzer I'm using today I think is still available. If it is, I will link it below. This is the Flower Beauty Heat Wave Luminous Bronzer, and I'm using the shade Sunrise L1. Really beautiful marble finish bronzer. So blending the two together, you create a little bit more of a satin finish, which just looks really nice and natural. When I'm applying my bronzer, I'm going to start towards the back of my face and I'm going to buff up. I want to blend right over my highlighter. Blending the two shades together, this is going to already help create a little bit more of a blushy look. A little bit over my chin, bridge of the nose, and on the forehead. I'm going to go to a fluffy blending brush, and I'm going to use my same bronzer, and I want to take it just into my socket line and blend up. What I have left, I'm going to take right under my lower lash line. That's just going to help add a little bit more to my cream eyeshadow. It's to make it feel a little bit more impactful. It's intentional. This is like a great thing to add if you've got an extra 5 minutes to your makeup look. Dress up your everyday running out of the door eyeshadow look. It can just really help add a little bit more to your look and make you feel extra expensive and luxurious. For blush, I want to add a pop of color to the cheeks, but I want to keep it very soft. So in order to add a pop but keep it soft, I want to use more of a neutral cool tone blush, pop the cheeks. It's also going to help play with the overall more neutral color harmony of the seasonal palette. And again, it's going to help add a little bit of just something special. You won't be able to look and say that's a glaring cool tone shade in there. It's just going to add visual interest, but very subtly. This is the Laura Mercier Blush Color Infusion in the shade Rosé. And I'm going to use my bronzer brush again, and I'm going to tap here on the front of my cheek. Using a large fluffy brush like this that I use to apply my bronzer, it's going to help warm up the color ever so slightly, but it's going to help sheer out the color. And you can continue to build until you are content, but for every day, this is a nice staple base. If I wanted to add a little bit of something to this look, the next thing I would do is a little bit of lip liner, and this is the classic Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip pencil. Pillow Talk is a very interesting shade. Just depending on your skin tone, it can either pour more neutral cool or neutral warm. For me, on my base skin tone, when I don't modify it, it does pull a little bit warmer, but since I've warmed up my complexion, it's going to pull a little bit more on that neutral cool side. The coolness in comparison to the rest is going to help us act more of like a contour shade, meaning it's going to help it recede, and it's going to give me the illusion of subtle depth without feeling stark or harsh. Last thing to do is apply a little bit of mascara. I'm using my Maybelline Firework mascara in the shade Black Brown. You could use a dark brown or brown if you want to, but for this look, since it's more neutral and soft, I like to add up a little bit of drama because I like a little bit of drama just to define the eyes, especially on those days when I don't have a lot of time to get ready. This is going to be our soft autumn daytime look, and now I'm going to share with you how to bump it up for a soft autumn evening glam. If this is going to take me from work to dinner to drinks, how am I going to bump up this look without going over the top? We are going to start by playing with the Natasha Denona Mini Retro, and I'm going to use this matte caramel peach shade. Going back to my large fluffy brush I used earlier, I am going to use this just to buff right over where I applied the bronzer earlier in the day, and I'm going to use this to blow and blend previous bronzer shade I used to define the eye up and out. You can take this in a more of a circular motion or in a little bit more of an angular motion depending on your personal preferences. I almost like to draw my lower lash line up like I'm going to do a flick, and then I will round it out. That way I get the lift and the roundness in the upper lash. I'm going to go back to my little flat brush I was using, and I'm going to use this shimmery rose gold, almost like a rose gold coral. And I'm going to use this just to highlight the inner corner of the eye where I'm applying it over top of the cream eyeshadow, as well as the Moonstone highlighter from earlier in the day. It's going to take on a slightly more soft gold, but it's going to work really well for tying this entire look together. And anything I've left over, I'm going to pull it just here in the inner corner, just to wrap my shimmer around the inner corner of my eye and make it feel bigger and brighter. I want to add a little bit of sparkle. I'm going to add some definition. I am going to use this larger shimmer on the first pan, and I'm going to tap this right over the center of my eyes. Now I'm actually going to grab a small lip brush, and this is the Sephora number 85. I love this shape. I like using it for lips. I like using it for concealer. Today I'm going to show you how I like to use it for an eyeliner. So I'm going to use the flat angled side, and I'm going to pick up that matte green. It's almost like a matte olive or army green. And where I applied my eyeliner earlier in the day, I'm going to use the side of this brush just to intensify my eyeliner from earlier in the day. And what I love about this brush shape, it's flat with a little bit of an angle, so it allows me just to create a lift and extension, because sometimes I find when I use a little angled brush, then I don't have the same control I do with this brush. I find just for me, when I'm in a rush, this allows me to create an extension or a lift with ease, and the shape, when I'm pulling it out, back into the brush will come through and further soften out what I just worked on, so everything stays very soft. I'm gonna use the same brush, and now I'm gonna use the shimmer green. This is optional, but when I am going out in the evening, that's when I like to play with my lower lash line a little bit more. So I'm gonna use this shade here on the outer third of my lower lash line. I'm gonna use the fluffy brush I used earlier. I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna soften. I'm gonna grab a small little pencil blending brush. This is the BK Beauty A504, and I'm gonna use this just to further blend out this shimmer on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take a little bit of that matte camel shade and blend in the rest of my lower lash line. That way it doesn't feel like the green is just floating on the outer half. I'm gonna even wrap the camel under just to further help it blend. So that way, front on, it's not gonna have the same impact, but when you turn, you're just gonna get a little bit of a glimmer. And that way we're keeping everything in harmony and we're not overwhelming the overall color harmony of the palette. Bumping up the intensity look, I'm gonna use the Armani Lip Power Lipstick in the shade 109 Intimate. Go back to my Pillow Talk and just further define. You can leave here, but you know I love a pop of blush, especially for the evening. So I want to add that post-summer flush to the cheeks. And this will also be a great compliment if you are doing your makeup from day to night. A little pop of color can help to really revive things. I'm using this small brush from earlier. This is the RMS Redimension Hydra Blush in the shade Pomegranate Fizz. This is like a nice ruby red ink, and I'm going to use this right on the front of my cheeks, and I'm going to blend down. So I'm just placing it right on top of the cheekbone and then blending down. And I just let the brush, I sweep down and let the brush lift off, and that's as far down as it goes. So it might not be completely even on both sides, but with a light hand, it will be close enough, and you are letting the natural structure of your face guide the placement of the color. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the tip of the nose and the chin. When I get up, now that I have less on my brush, I'm gonna take it horizontal and just blend my edges for good measure. I'm gonna use my bronzer brush just to soften over everything once more. Okay, here we are with the finished look. For the hair, it's too much hair for me, so I just tucked a little bit behind my ears, pinned it so it will stay in place. For the hair, this is not part of the tutorial, but last time I wore this hair, I ended up doing like a full traditional set where I did alternating directions with a 1-inch curling iron, and I did my typical like 2 main sections with 5 sections each. And today I wanted to refresh it, so I just took large radial sections, and I think I did a total of 10 sections all the way around, and I used an 1.5-inch curling iron, curled everything away so that way it can just kind of play off the texture and create really big hair. Between the color of the top and the hair, it's kind of giving Daphne Blake from Scooby-Doo, but I'm okay with that. For my soft autumn fragrance to finish everything off, I'm going to use a classic. This is the matte shade scent in the shade Creme de Nude. Really lovely, creamy vanilla. It's a soft, spicy vanilla, and I really enjoy this fragrance. It can be a little bit harder to find. I've only seen it available online and in MAC freestanding stores. If you have like a MAC counter near you, they might not have it, but if you have a freestanding MAC store, they might have it, and it's really, really lovely. I hope you enjoyed today's soft autumn makeup look. Let me know, what type of look are you wearing going into the autumn season, and let me know what you want to see next as far as our autumn seasonal color content goes on. Until we see each other again, I hope you're taking care of yourself wherever it is you are in the world, and I will see you later. Bye, y'all.